My name is Dr. Chuck Herring, and I am the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion here at the South Fayette Township School District. Really excited about what I do because what I do is I help to make our school a culturally responsive, safe space for all students, faculty, and staff. I'm a son, a husband, a father, a grandfather. My granddaughter calls me G-Pop, but that's really a short name. The real name is the Gregarious P.O.P., G-Pop for short. And I just have 3 beautiful daughters, a beautiful wife, and just really like to be with my family and hang out with friends and hang out with my chuckleheads, my kids here at South Fayette. Without stating the obvious, I have 2 people that I looked up to that really changed the trajectory of my life. One, a gentleman by the name of Larry D. Meredith. He was, I don't even know what his title was, but he was an administrator at Edinboro University where I went to college. And he took me up under his wing, and he was like my college dad. So he would get on me, he would fuss at me, he would make sure that I was doing the right things. And then he took me in and introduced me to some of the coolest people that I've ever met in my life, like people that you would never think of, like, he introduced me to Asa Hilliard, who did the Kemet study, which is all about Egypt, introduced me to Bobby Seale, who was the founder of the Black Panther Party. He introduced me and he brought all these people up on campus and introduced not just me, but all of the kids on campus to these folks. And it was just like, wow, just a whole different way of understanding the world. The second person that I met was also up at Edinboro, and his name was Fred Rush. Now, Fred didn't actually work at Edinboro. He was actually the special assistant to the mayor of Erie, Louis Tullio. And Fred was like that crazy uncle. So Larry and Fred were like besties, and they would always do things for us. So Fred would call me up and say, hey, what are you doing? And I'd be like, nothing. He was like, put a suit on. And I would say, why? And he was like, don't why me. Don't give me none of that back talk. Put a suit on and meet me outside in 15 minutes. Next thing I know, we're in a car and we're going to go meet the future governor of the state of Pennsylvania, Tom Ridge, who became the Secretary of Homeland Security. We're meeting the CEO of Erie Insurance, of General Electric, and he introduced me and just put me in these spaces where now, when it's time to meet people like that, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not intimidated. I know what to say, I know what to do. So those 2 men really changed my life. Some of the words of wisdom that I have for high schoolers, and this is actually just like life words, so not just for high schoolers, but for people throughout their lives, is never begrudge what you spend on education. So it could be something that might cost you $2, that could cost you $200,000. But if you're learning from it, that's the thing that you most want to do. You want to make sure, again, this is something that Fred or Larry, I don't know which one of them said it to me, but they said, make sure that you not just try to get through the day, but you have to take from the day, get from the day. What are you getting from this? What is this giving to you? And also, when you're going out and, like people talk about this thing called the South Fayette bubble, where we're all in this one space. One of the things that we talk about here at Shout is that, and Shout stands for Social Handprints Overcoming Unjust Treatment. One of the things that we do at Shout is we talk about how we all live on the same planet, but we live in different worlds on this planet. And so those worlds intersect. So we have to remember that even though right now in the South Fayette world, it's not intersecting with much, when you go away to college or you go away to the workforce or you go away to the armed forces, you're going to be intersecting with a lot of different worlds. So you might as well just start doing that here, now, and then taking it forward into the rest of your life. Well, Black History Month to me means that really and truly, Black history is happening every day. And it's also not just Black history, it's American history. You can't get through the story of America without talking about the contributions of Black people. I mean, the first person to die in the battle for America, the Revolutionary War, was Crispus Attucks. He was the first person to die during the Boston Massacre. Washington, D.C. was actually, the architect for Washington, D.C. was Benjamin Banneker, the Black man, who actually drew up the plans to make Washington, D.C. so confusing so the British Army couldn't get around it easily. It's just like, wow, so the story of America can't really be talked about without Black history. So Black history, in my opinion, and not just in my opinion, what I'm stating is that Black history is also American history.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You have to answer quick, okay?
Okay.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Paper book or audiobook?
Audiobook.
Netflix or HBO?
Netflix.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Jordan or LeBron?
LeBron.
TLC or Destiny Child?
I'm grown. TLC.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Nike or Adidas?
Ooh, young me, Adidas. Now me, Nike.
Favorite movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
And
Man on Fire. Man on Fire.
Favorite actor or actress?
Oh, I have a favorite actor. It's definitely Denzel and or Morgan Freeman. And actress is, actually, I like Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
She's great.
Okay.
Good stuff. I mean,
All done.
She won like 3 Academy Awards or something crazy like that.